Today on the kickback.
You gotta tilt the room. That's it.
Wait, say that again one more time.
Tilt the room.
You explain on that? I don't really. That's my first time hearing that.
Like she's
Can you elaborate?
You elaborate.
Tilt the room, man. Like when she just walk in the room, you just like.
I heard you. Heard you.
Today on the kickback. My all-time favorite basketball game, and when we won, we all rushed the court. It was insane.
From the corner, short, it's over. For the first time since December of 2002, Penn takes down Villanova.
What's up? It's your girl Dom, and welcome back to the kickback. Today we have the same 8 basketball players that were here last episode back again to tell us about their all-time favorite basketball game. This week's athletes joining me at the kickback are 6'7" Jamil from Yale University. Brown University's 6'6" David Mitchell. 6'4" Maxwell Jones from Princeton University. Cornell 6'5" Jordan Jones. 6'3" from Harvard University, Christian. 6 feet tall Taurus from Dartmouth College. The University of Pennsylvania 6'4" Bryce Washington. And from Columbia University 6'3" Ty Bibbs. So let's go ahead and head to the kickback.
Hey guys, welcome back to the kickback again for the second episode. Today you guys are going to tell us about your favorite game and answer some questions that people left in the comment section from last episode. So first, I'm going to have you guys introduce yourself again, starting with Cornell.
All right, what's up, guys? My name is Jordan Jones. I'm a freshman at Cornell studying marketing and finance. I'm 6'5" and a guard. I'm from Los Angeles, by the way.
Yo, what's good? I'm Taurus from San Diego, California, majoring in psychology with a minor in markets management and economy, 6-foot point guard.
What's good, everybody? My name is Bryce Washington. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm majoring in PPE with a minor in consumer psychology, and I'm a 6'4" guard.
Christian Jazang, I'm a 6'3" point guard from Harvard, born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and I was studying sociology.
What's up, everybody? David Mitchell from Boston, Massachusetts. 6'4" from Brown, studying English.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ty Bibbs, 6'3" guard from Columbia, studying psychology, and I'm from Chicago.
What's good, y'all? My name is Jamil Asa. I'm a 6'7" forward from Yale University, from Oak Brook, Illinois, Chicago.
What's good, y'all? I'm Max. I'm a junior, studying neuroscience. I'm a 6'4" guard from High Point, North Carolina.
So today is just a story time. So if you can tell me about either the craziest game you've ever played in or your favorite game within the Ivy Leagues.
My craziest game was this year against Jamil and them.
Come on.
But anyway, we're up. They show out. They're talking about family and ex-girlfriends and warm-ups. Like, they know your whole story, everything, man. They be talking crazy. The football guys, right on the warm-up line.
We be deep in it. We be deep.
Anyway, everyone's going crazy, going back and forth. Long story short, we get to the end of the game, and they fouled me. So I go up. They done fouled the wrong one. The whole 9. I'm about to ice it. We up 2. I'm about to ice it. I hit both. So now we're up 4. But now I'm walking away like the game's over. Load the bus, get up out of here. Another sweep, another year. Jamil knows how we do it with them. So all we have to do is not foul. Even if they hit a 3, all we have to do is just not foul. They come down and shout out Rio Haskett, my boy.
Shout out to Rio.
Down from deep, like way past NBA 3. And flails one up and Rio slaps him on the arm. So foul him and he makes the 3. Even y'all student crowd thought this shit was over, bro.
Yo.
And then
Nah. As soon as it went up, everybody knew it was good, though.
So anyway, he banks it in. So now we're like, Our whole team's feeling defeated. We're like, we got to overtime. This Harvard, yeah, of course. Timeouts happened and a bunch of things. We're trying to stall him, I think. I forgot what happened. Finally, when we resumed play, he's about to shoot his free throw. There's no time left on the clock, maybe like a second or two. And Bake walks by him, slaps him on the butt. He's like, hey, knock it down. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. Knock it down. Hope you're not cold, but knock it down. And it goes short off the front of the rim, and we rebounded and won. That shit was crazy.
I got to say, my favorite game is probably when we played Villanova my freshman year. Like, the energy in that game was just, like, it was ridiculous. Just to give some context, like, Villanova, they have, like, one of the best teams in the country. Penn plays them every year, and they had just won the national championship the last year. So I'm like, you know, this is going to be a big game. Like, I was a little nervous. On top of that, like, the game was going to be on ESPN. So this would be the first time, like, my friends and family get to watch me play basketball since I moved out to Philly. I remember sitting in class, like, you know, I'm getting these text messages like, you know, Bryce, you know, I'm gonna be watching, like, good luck tonight. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, I appreciate the support, but, you know, at the same time, it's a little nerve-wracking because, you know, you don't want to suck on national television. So fast forward to the warm-ups. I remember we ran out and, like, bro, the place was just packed to the top. It was a home game for us. But Villanova's they're a Philadelphia team too, so their fans came as well. So it's like the entire arena is like split in half. It's like Villanova to the top on this side, then it's like Penn over here, and everyone's just screaming for no reason. In the warm-ups, you know, they call the starters out, tip off, it's game time. Villanova's a good team and all, but like my nerves just went. Like, they just went down. You know, at the end of the day, it's just hoop. You know, it's just 10 guys hooping. Like, you know, we do this every day. It's nothing to be nervous about. So it's 0-0. I catch it on the wing. I'm open on the wing. I'm like, I hesitate with it. I'm like, should I shoot this? You know, I go ahead and shoot it. It goes in. We up 3-0. So then a couple possessions later, DG, he's driving. He kicks it out. I'm opening the corner again. I shoot it again. We up 6-2. I'm like, all right, like, so then we get a few more buckets. We get up 12-2, and Villanova calls a timeout, and, like, the place goes nuts. Like, it's just people going crazy. We're just all yelling at each other. We can't even hear each other, but, like, it was just weird because it was kind of like this aura, like, everyone knew we was, like, we about to win this game. We ended up winning by 3. The buzzer went off. The students just stormed the court. Like, we're all jumping up and down in the middle of the court. I don't even think we shook hands. We were supposed to, but, like, it didn't even matter at that point. It was just a fun game.
Unfortunately, Christian has a practice, you know, ball is life, so he has to go. So we're going to continue without Harvard. But, yeah, so thanks, Christian. Bye.
I told y'all we kick him out the chat, man. I told y'all. Get him out of here.
I don't know if you guys know, but Buffalo, my freshman year, obviously they're pretty good. You guys know, but people watching might not know, but they're pretty damn good. And so my freshman year, they beat us by like 40, I think. I remember going into it my sophomore year. It was my second career start of the season, so I was pretty hyped up, excited to show, you know, what I could do, what I've been working on. And I remember we jumped on them early. Kind of same story like Bryce was talking about. I think we go into halftime with like a 17-point lead. Second half, they come out swinging and they cut it to 1. But that place was going crazy, bro, like booming. We kind of just stuck together, rallied together, and ended up winning by, I want to say, like 5 or 6. You know, I like away games a little bit more just because it's kind of you against the world. I know you guys could probably relate. And so we walked in there and it was just us against that whole city pretty much. And I remember running off the court after we won and just everybody so hyped. And we're like, maybe it's a little immature, but waving away to their fans and their band and stuff like that. So
it was when we played, you know, Bryce and them at Penn. We played them.
You
already know I was about to bring this up. I was about to say the Harvard one. Christian already brought it up. Yeah, we played Bryce. You know, it was a home game. They came to our spot. You know, our gym used to be rocking, but like for Penn Princeton, like, you know, I should be kind of packed. We was playing back and forth. You know, it was back and forth kind of the whole game. And I think it was like a minute and a half left with 13, and we was down by 13. The crowd was like, yeah, like, they probably gonna lose this game. Like, everybody thought we was gonna lose it. And we ended up actually coming back. Like, we made a crazy run. Like, I think we got like back-to-back turnovers. Like, we cut it down to like 6, and then, you know, got a couple of dunks. Like, they kept turning over in the front court, and, you know, we got it back to like 2, and then we ended up winning the game from being down 13 with like a minute left. So that was just a crazy experience. Like, the crowd was going crazy. Like, we ended up with a dunk. You know, it was like, I feel like Penn thought they had the game won. Like everybody thought they had it won. I feel like the only like people who believed was like kind of us, and we kind of knew that we had it in us to get it back. So I mean, it was.
Did you really believe you was gonna win that game?
No. We believe. No, I'm gonna double down on my squad. It was tight. I was like, at first I was like, nah, this could be slow, but no.
No way, man.
You know, I feel like looking back at it, like if we didn't win that game, we probably would have won the Ivy League championship this year. So just like looking back, it was a real important game.
So my favorite game was my freshman year. We went out to Cali to play San Diego State. Just knowing that we're leaving the East Coast in December and we going out to Cali, we straight. We always go in shorts and stuff. For the most part, first when we got to Viejas Arena, we saw how big it was. It holds about 10,500 people. So we was just like, oh shoot. But we never played in a stadium arena that big. So we were kind of overwhelmed a little. As the warm-ups are happening, you see like this arena keeps filling up and it's a bowl. So like just everyone's above you, like looking down on you. You just look up and like it just seems endless amount of people. So that was cool. We started off real hot. It seemed like every shot we took, the ball went in. Right before halftime, it was 50-22. We was up 50-22 on them in their home court. And I just remember we got an N1 and their home fans just booing them. And that was the first time I heard another school booing their team at their place. And we was hyped. I think we ended up winning by about 18. On the way back, too, even when we got to the airport, people were telling us, so we watched your game on the TV. You guys played amazing. Like, I can't believe you guys came all the way over here from Providence to do this to our team. Like, we weren't expecting it.
Mine is similar. Well, it's not similar. It was on the West Coast, too. So we were playing Arizona State my freshman year. And for some context, like, the week before, they had just beaten Kansas at Kansas, and Kansas was number 1. So they were, it was all over ESPN. They were definitely feeling themselves. They're like, all right, Princeton, Ivy League, like, who are these dudes? Like, we're just going to walk over them. So then I guess I can't remember if it was the day of the game or the day before the game. We were practicing at their gym, and they give us these terrible balls, like just crusty, these dusty Wilson balls. Like, yo, y'all don't respect, like, what's going on? I know you got better than that. Like, you're a Pac-12 school. What's going on? But nah, so we get to the game. So I can't remember how we started off. We were up early, and I'm a freshman, so I'm just trying to work hard and get on the court, like find a way to get on the court. And so he throws me in early, and I pick up a foul, like, immediately. I was just too aggressive. We're down by 13.5. Final possession of the game, we're up 1. They missed 3 shots in a row. Right at the rim, they're like, dang, how we blow this, man? Like, and so we end up winning the game 67-66. Like, the whole gym was in shock. It was like, I don't know how many people were there, 30,000, 40,000. The whole city was just shocked. Like, how did this Ivy League team just come in here and beat you like that? You just beat Kansas last week. What's going on, And then after the game, the older dudes went to bars or whatever, like they were having a good time. But being a freshman, we were walking around trying to find what's good, like what we could get into, but we couldn't get into anything. So we were just at the hotel.
For me, I'm obviously a freshman, so I haven't had too many games. But from last year, I'd say it was definitely against Syracuse. That was a cool game to play against. I'm always someone who talks like trash about zones. Like, I always like, as a shooter, I love zone. Like, if you hit me with a zone, like, I want to make shots. So I was like, a lot of pressure was riding on this game for me because I talk a lot of mess in practice too. Hit the drive down. And during this whole time, I'm like trying to figure out how to get my friends tickets because I've never done that before. Like, I was mad late. The coach pissed at me. Like, I remember when we get there, we hop off the bus, and like that's also my first time going through the back entrance. They have the Carrier Dome, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm pretending like it's regular. It's not regular. But then people start coming in. A ton of people there. It turns out to be like 25,000. I've never played in front of that many people. But our game plan was basically to just like lull them to sleep and make a play and go. Like, that was kind of it. We basically start out the game not really scoring at all, like at all. And they're not really scoring either. We're getting stops too, but we're taking like 30 seconds every single possession, no matter what. Like, it's just a terrible team to play against. I know y'all hate that team. Like, it's the worst. You get a rebound, another 30 seconds. Like, one of those. Coach like put me in for the first time. I'm like, all right, let me just try and like do something, anything you can just to help out. And then all of a sudden the ball gets thrown to me, and like I'm seeing like 6'7" reaching as far as they can. I can't even see the rim. I just shoot it. goes in. I'm like, okay, we all right. We all right. Felt good. Funniest part was like 25,000 people are there, right? But I swear that place is silent. Like no one is saying a word. We're the most boring team in the world to watch. Like we're just, killing the clock, making a play, and then making you wait 30 seconds again, and like playing good defense. And they kind of just started, getting out in transition, and then it was a wrap. Then it was kind of just seeing like that many fans be scared. That was just like, that felt so good. And just seeing everyone just be so sad, it just really kind of, I don't know, it meant a lot to me. It felt good. Even though we lost, it definitely showed like what we could do and who we could definitely compete with. And also just, it showed me like how much a game plan can actually affect, how you perform.
My favorite Ivy League game was probably my sophomore year. There's a few good ones that year. But I guess favorite one, sorry, Jamil, probably going to be against Yale. They were like the top team in the league at that point. And like we weren't doing too well, but we were kind of starting to gain some momentum towards the end of the season, and started playing real well together, started kind of get our chemistry going. And for whatever reason, like normally day 2, that second day, like that Saturday game, my knees usually hurt really bad, and like I have no more bounce left. I can't jump at all. But for whatever reason, like in warm-ups, like before everyone got to the gym, like I was windmilling and stuff, like my bounce was still there. So I was like, something's different today, like something crazy about to happen. We started the game, got up to a pretty early lead. I know my boy Randy, it was like one of y'all seniors. I don't think he like played too much, but
I don't know why he had to do my mans like that.
he had a rough start. But I think this is like the first game that this kid has ever like started in and played like a lot of minutes. So I kind of felt bad, but like Randy was like had stolen it from like twice, and then the last time he stole it, came down on the court. The kid tried to like jump with it, and Randy had an and-one dunk on him. It's just like that just got our momentum up, and like the gym was just silent the entire game. And like I don't think Yale ever had to lead that game. I think we led the entire game. I don't know. It's just at that point, like it didn't even matter for us to win. Like we were kind of out of the tournament, but it was just good for our teams to like come together and get a big win right there. I think it was good for our culture. Really brought us together, and it was a cool win. Just kind of like shock everyone.
I'm not entirely sure if my dream is to make it to the NBA. I believe that if those opportunities arise after playing in college, I'll definitely take them. But I don't think that's the only thing I'm looking for. In all honesty, I want to go into some career in sports writing and sports journalism.
If professional career comes, I'll kind of definitely consider it. But for me personally, I want to kind of be a doctor. I want to kind of help, my community and the people around me.
I'm not really trying to go to the league either. As a neuroscience major, I'm not pre-med, but I'm taking a lot of like pre-med like classes. So I think I want to do something in healthcare or tech.
Christian, he's in the VBA, so he also so he's playing professionally in Vietnam, or will be, like since he's not here.
I am a little interested in playing basketball overseas for a couple of years, if that happens, just to have an opportunity to live somewhere else in the world for a couple of years. I think that's pretty cool. Law right now, but I'm also kind of interested in business and finance. So I'm just kind of still looking into what I want to do.
Obviously, professional basketball, I feel like it's something that a lot of people dream of, and definitely I've always dreamed of that as well. So if the opportunity presented itself, I would 100% take advantage of it. But at the end of the day, like we're getting Ivy League degrees for a reason. So it's cliche, and a lot of people say it, but it is a 40-year plan, not a 4-year plan. So I'm going to take advantage of my degree and whatever field that does lead me to. And I'm a psych major, so I feel like it's just a pretty broad major. So I think I can do a lot of things with it.
Like Ty just said, everybody kind of would probably like to play professionally, but also came to Dartmouth for a reason. I am a psych major as well.
I'd say for me, I'll probably go with like the weight room.
I'm kind of on that same boat. I'm honestly a pretty skinny guy, but I didn't touch a weight in high school. Actually, the first time I ever lifted was the first day of training camp at Penn.
For me, probably shooting. I was kind of upset with myself that I didn't notice that I wasn't shooting the ball the right way for 18 years of my life.
Mine is shooting too. And it really, I don't know. It was something I didn't realize that I had to work on in high school.
For me would be probably breaking down film. So I think that's like a very important thing. It's just being able to like watch your game and really see what things you need to work on.
More so off the court would definitely be like nutrition and rest. Like make sure you just listen to your body and make sure you're getting treatment. Stretching. Oh my God, stretching. Like I wish I'd stretched a lot more in high school.
Just breaking the game down, slowing the game down, seeing things. Like I feel like a lot of terminology that the coaches use, I didn't really know, is because like I hadn't been exposed to basketball for that long. So like draft screen, pin downs, like it was like new words to me. I was like in class again, basically.
And defense, man. Just coaches really care about defense, and like if you can't defend, like you're just not gonna play.
Yeah, that's straight up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
I'm not in a relationship.
We tried
I'm
that.
I'm in one.
I am too. I am also in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship.
Single.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm single. Yeah, I'm no.
You single over here.
This my girl. This my girl. This my girl. This my girl.
I heard you, Dave. I heard you.
Wilson.
I'm gonna make it known.
Oh, I'm single. Yeah, we single over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Todd speak first.
Yeah, go ahead. MVP.
I don't think it's any easier, like, or difficult. I think like if you're a nice individual and like you're kind to people and like you care about other people, then like you're gonna be able to like meet. You're gonna be able to meet nice women. If you're a nice young man, you're gonna meet nice young women. It's a simple equation.
Okay, Todd, talk to him.
You guys don't think having the athlete bag or having the basketball bag walking through campus and like having the warm up doesn't attract more girls?
So this is what I'm gonna say. Wait, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. Like you answer that question. Like done. Like, cause I don't know how you feel. No. I'm saying, like I don't know how you feel. Like I'm the person you're talking about. So like, so ask yourself if that makes you feel that way, then you know your answer. If it don't, then it don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna touch on that real quick because I feel like just being a basketball player, people like basketball. There's like girls. Some girls are just attracted to basketball players. I just know girls who just like basketball, like hoopers. I feel like especially after games, like I've gotten DMs right after games, talking about like what you doing, like just random. I don't like random people. So I feel like we're more visible for sure. I mean, some people just like love basketball and just attracted to that, but like I don't think it's anything egregious. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I would say like everyone has their type, So like if there's girls who like basketball players, then they're gonna go after us. You know what I mean? If there's girls that like frat guys, they're gonna go after them. So like we might not be as appealing to those girls as we are to the ones who prefer basketball players or prefer football players or something like that. If you make relationships and you value relationships, then you're gonna find someone who also values those, and you're gonna meet nice people. So I think it's simple.
Yeah.
President.
I ain't gonna say too much, but I'm gonna just say, if you got it, you got it. It don't matter about the bag that's on your back. If your bag is deep, your bag is deep.
Get in the bag. Talk to him.
Bag is deep, then you straight. Don't worry about what's on your back. If you got it, you got it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's real.
Sometimes it's tough because you don't see many people like you. Back home, there aren't many kids who get the opportunity that I have to be at these schools and the opportunities we have. So, that's always tough to think about. But that when you're at the school that it's bigger than you. All the relationships you make, all the successful things that you can do can affect everyone back home. And that's how I think of it. If I become successful in some way at this school and beyond, I can always find ways to help those who are back home. Definitely, I think being an athlete helps. I think you have more benefits being an athlete and a person of color opposed to just being a regular student. I don't know if that's the same for anyone, but obviously you're more recognizable. A lot of people, unfortunately, and it's not a good thing, they might value you more because you're good at a sport and that you contribute in some way that people like, or you're on TV and you're doing something that people good. So they might value you higher than the next person. And that shouldn't be the way that it is. But at least in some of my experiences, that's how some things are.
I feel like in my sphere, in my, circles where, people put me in a certain box, like, in the athletics facility or anything like that, people like value me. I feel like there's a lot of benefits as being a basketball player and stuff like that. And but I feel like kind of as, a pre-med student and in more academic circles as well, I feel like kind of when I try to branch out and I guess be in study groups or meet other people who are I guess more academic oriented, I feel like they kind of see me and they're like, oh yeah, he probably don't know, he probably don't know what he's doing type thing. And then I feel like it's been pretty tough for me to kind of break that stereotype. I'm not sure if it's because my skin or just because I'm a basketball player, but it's people generally don't perceive me to be as competitive academically, and it's hard for me to kind of form groups and study. And even some teachers might see me as a not serious student, why is he taking class or something like that.
Okay, so this year I'm gonna just say straight up was one of the hardest times. The worst part is just not being able to play basketball. It just sucks. And how much you almost feel like you're personally losing each time you step out on the court definitely hurts. But at the same time, for me personally, it showed me how to be a good teammate and an actual leader on the team. I think it overall just helped me develop into having a better mindset of what I need to work on this summer to prepare myself for next year.
I was actually in a similar situation to Jordan. I still have a wrist injury. I tore 2 ligaments in my wrist in August. Like any other injury, whether you're in college or in high school, injuries are a part of the game, and, you just got to treat it.
MVP.
Good. Ty, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Ty, answer this one, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, whoever, I guess whoever I have a better connection with, that's who I'm gonna have a relationship with. So if I vibe with you, then I'm gonna have a relationship with you, because if we have a strong enough connection, then we could do the long distance thing. You know what I mean? So if it's a true connection, then it's worth doing long distance.
All the answers, bro.
All the answers. Thank you.
This man gonna be president. I swear. He gonna be president. I swear. Just leave it with Ty.
Yeah, he got it.
I don't necessarily know what my type is, but what makes my girl stand out is someone I can communicate with. We built a friendship first, and I think that was the coolest thing about it. I mean, it wasn't based on anything lustful or anything like that. We was just cool peoples, and then it just kept going. Or my type is just being able to conversate with someone who values my opinion, I value theirs. I think that goes a lot with just trust and being able to talk to the person a lot and just know they're thinking right, their head's on straight. Someone who acknowledges the same things you do and just knows what's going on in the world. Also someone who can be fun with, make you laugh, make me laugh. I think that's all good too.
I think another thing I'd add on to that is someone who's ambitious as well and has goals. That pushes me as well. And I think that's big in a relationship, where you can push each other.
Yeah, for me, it's four things. It's that ambition and independence, that same thing. I'm kind of as one. Faithful, that's 2. Loves to laugh, and then tilts the room. You got to tilt the room. That's it.
Say that again one more time.
Tilt the room.
You explain on that? I don't really. That's my first time hearing that.
Can you elaborate?
Tilt the room, man. When she just walk in the room, you just
I heard you.
I like women with strong personalities, almost to the point where they're stubborn. They know what they want. They're gonna be straightforward about it. They're, and they're gonna call you out if you're not stepping the right way. And I really respect that in somebody who knows what they stand for, what they value.
I don't even know. I've never lost before, so.
Yeah. Must be nice, bro.
Cornell doesn't lose.
Yeah, I'm with Jordan.
Time management. And everybody says that, but I've really kind of started trying to make a schedule for myself.
I have a planner or a calendar to write all where my assignments are due and stuff. So I'd say visualizing your schedule.
For me, one thing I would say, I think mental health is very important. So obviously basketball and school are both very stressful. So I think it's important to just continue to find time to have some sort of positive release. Make sure you find some sort of joy when you are having a stressful time or a stressful week or something.
Be willing to make sacrifices. You know, it's like, it goes hand in hand with prioritizing like what's most important.
Like Ty said, like have some sort of release, or like, you know, joy in your day, and just be able to look kind of big picture. Because sometimes like those individual days are tough, but long term and long run, I think we all believe this is like the best opportunity for us.
Thank you guys for joining me here again to answer some questions. If you guys have any more questions to ask any of these basketball players, I'm sure you can DM them. You can find their Instagrams in the description box. So yeah, thanks guys. Bye.
Thanks everyone.
After we heard all of these stories today, I wanted to tell a story about my all-time favorite basketball game. So in high school, I got the senior superlative of class clown, and also most school spirit. I love sporting events. I would always come in my red morph suit. I'd have a sign. I'd have blowhorns. I was ready to go every game. But my favorite game was the game Penn versus Villanova that Bryce brought up from last year. Basically, it was insane. So I wore my morph suit to this game as well. When we won, everybody went crazy. For a second, I felt like I was at a state school. Kids that I had seen in class that I would never think to have any type of school spirit were at the game. We were chanting, Villanova sucks. Usually at a lot of sporting events, students sit down the entire game. This game, everybody was standing up. And when we won, we all rushed the court. It was insane.
From the corner. Short. It's over. For the first time since December of 2002, Penn takes down Villanova.
People were jumping over things to get to the court. We weren't sure if we were going to get in trouble, but we didn't care. We were all just high off of the energy in the room. I remember I was running, I was screaming, and I remember screaming to Bryce and being like, "You did it, Bryce, you won!" And for that moment, I was like, I don't think I even go to an Ivy League. This is top tier energy, crazy sporting event type vibes. It was just the best moment ever, and I'll never forget that game. If you've been to a crazy sporting event, put it down in the comment section and I'll go through and heart some of my favorite ones. Otherwise, if you like this video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and press the bell to get notified when I post. I usually post Monday, Friday, but lately I've been posting all over the place. So really, please press that notification bell so you can know when I'm actually going to upload the video. On Monday, we do have international students coming to join me at the kickback, so please make sure you tune into that. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys at the next kickback. Bye!